All right, so you're thinking about getting a motorcycle. It's an awesome thought, right? But hold on. Before you spend a single penny, we're going to have a really honest chat. This isn't about courage or being cool. It's about figuring out if the reality of riding is actually a good fit for your life.
And this quote right here, it absolutely nails it. Look, the whole point of this is not to talk you out of it, but to help you make a smart, informed decision. Some of the best people I know have tried motorcycling and said, you know what, not for me. And that is completely 100% okay.
So first up, we have to pull apart the idea of riding from the actual boots-on-the-ground reality of it. Are you in love with the feeling of the open road, or are you just in love with the image of it? Getting this right from the start could seriously save you a whole lot of time, money, and hassle down the line.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to tackle the two biggest hurdles that trip up almost every new rider, starting with the one thing you can never, ever get back: your time.
Now, check this out. This is what's so interesting. It's not just the 3 hours you set aside for that amazing Sunday ride. It's the little things. It's the extra 15 minutes you have to add to your commute every single time just to gear up and gear down. It's the time spent checking the weather, maybe planning a different route. And then there's the weekend hours you got to spend cleaning and doing basic maintenance. It all adds up way faster than you think. So, you've wrapped your head around the time commitment. Now, what about the money? Is your bank account really, truly ready for what the first year of owning a motorcycle looks like?
This table lays it all out, and it's so important to see. We're not just talking about the price of the bike. You've got your training and license, all the essential gear, and you can't skimp on that, plus insurance, tax, fuel, and this is the one people always forget, a little fund for those unexpected repairs. Because trust me, they happen. Just let that number sink in for a second. Even on the generous end, you could easily be looking at almost 10,000 pounds in your first year. The bike itself, that's just the down payment on the whole experience. All right, let's get to it. Let's have the conversation that nobody really wants to have, but that we absolutely must. We're going to talk about risk, but we're going to do it with facts, not by scaring ourselves silly.
There's just no way to sugarcoat this. It is the fundamental truth of riding a motorcycle. You don't have a metal box around you. No airbags, no seatbelts. And you know what? Acknowledging that vulnerability isn't being negative. It is the absolute first step to managing it, like a smart, responsible rider.
So this chart shows the big things that statistically spike your risk level. But look closer. Inexperience, bad gear choices, riding when you shouldn't. You see the pattern here? The biggest risks are, for the most part, almost entirely within your control. And that's actually really good news. This is how you flip the script. This is how you go from just hoping for the best to actually being in control of your own safety. It's about getting more training, buying the best gear you can afford, and making smart choices every single time you get on that bike.
Okay, now let's think about how a motorcycle really fits into the beautiful mess of your actual life. A bike has to work for you on a cold Tuesday morning, not just on a perfect sunny Sunday afternoon.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You have to be brutally honest with yourself here. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with a very expensive, very shiny ornament that you have to keep insuring. These are the questions that really matter. Seriously, where are you going to park it? Is it secure? Can you physically push it around your driveway? Is your commute on city streets, which is great for learning, or is it straight onto a scary motorway? And be honest, are you really going to ride it when it's pouring rain and freezing cold? Okay, let's have a bit of fun. It's time to bust some of the most common myths that so many new riders believe. Let's drop a few truth bombs. Ah yes, this one. This is probably the biggest myth of them all. The idea that buying a motorcycle is this amazing financial hack sounds fantastic, but if you think back to that cost breakdown we just looked at, yeah, the reality is that it's an investment in a new skill, a new hobby, a new lifestyle. Any money you might save on fuel is just completely wiped out by the initial cost of the bike, the gear, the insurance. The savings might show up later, but definitely not in year one.
We've all seen it in the movies, right? The hero pulls up, takes off the helmet, shakes out their perfect hair. We all have that image burned into our brains. But the day-to-day reality of staying safe on the road means it's way more about function than it is about fashion. After you've been riding on a hot day and you peel off all your layers of high-vis armored gear, yeah, the reality is a lot less movie star and a lot more sweaty action figure. And you know what? That's a great thing. It means you're wearing the right stuff. Okay, so we've gone through the time, the money, the risks, and how it really fits into your life.
Now it's time to pull it all together and figure this out. The final call? Well, that's completely up to you.
Now, you have to be really honest about why you want to do this. Are you genuinely in love with the skill and the romance of riding a motorcycle, or do you just need a cheaper, smarter way to get through city traffic? And listen, there is zero shame in this. For a lot of people, a scooter is the perfect, most practical, and brilliant choice.
So just take a minute and run through this list. What's your real why? Have you been totally honest about the money? Does it actually fit your life, not the life you wish you had? And are you the kind of person who's patient and willing to keep learning? This is your final gut check. And this, right here, this is the absolute heart of the whole thing. It all boils down to this one simple truth. A passion for the act of riding will get you through the cold mornings, the maintenance bills, and the training. A passion for just the image of riding, it won't.
So, that's the question we'll leave you with. After all of this, after peeling back the fantasy and taking a hard look at the reality, is that dream still there? Is it still burning bright? Only you can answer that. But no matter what you decide, you're now making a smart, informed choice. And honestly, that was the whole point.